Hello, this is George here, and welcome to my Hong Kong hotel quarantine vlog. So, you may be wondering, where am I? Well, I am in Hong Kong at the moment, in a hotel called the Grand City Hotel. As you can see, it's very grand looking. You know, you have this chandelier over here, and this kind of sickly floral pattern on the walls. And then you have this kind of gives you kind of an optical illusion, the floor, because it has this kind of dotted pattern on it. So I've been staying here now. This is probably forgotten. I've already lost track. This is probably my second day here, and yeah, it's just strange being in a room alone for this long. Why am I in a room for this long, you may ask? Well, what happened is that I came to Hong Kong. I'll tell you about that later, but I'm here in Hong Kong, and I have to, because I've just arrived from a foreign country into Hong Kong, I have to undergo a 2-week quarantine, which means I need to stay in a hotel or somewhere. In my case, I've just chosen to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks without leaving the hotel or without leaving my room or going anywhere. And that means that I have to deal with the reality of being inside a four-walled room and isolating myself for quite a long time. I've never done this before. It's a very interesting experience for me. How did I get here? Well, I actually got here because I've applied for a job in Hong Kong as an English teacher, and that's how I was able to come here. It wasn't easy coming here. I'm from the UK, as you can probably tell by my accent. So when I arrived at London Airport, I was questioned quite thoroughly about my purposes for travelling to Hong Kong. Of course, I would never have been allowed to come to Hong Kong, or anywhere in the world really, leave the UK at all if for just tourist purposes, which is why Heathrow was so quiet, and which is why I've never seen the airport as quiet as it was. But luckily I was allowed through. There was someone next to me though who had booked a flight and paid for a flight at the check-in, and they said to him that he couldn't fly because he didn't have the correct documents, and so he had to rebook and repay another £500 or so for a new flight. And I was standing there thinking, I really hope that doesn't happen. But luckily that didn't happen to me, although I feel really sorry for that guy. I feel really sorry for him. It must have been terrible having to fork out that much money again for a new flight. So I joined the queue. The queues, we all had to stand 2 meters apart, so it was all social distancing involved. I got 3 seats to myself on the plane, which was quite nice, a lot of space. And when I got to Hong Kong, that was when I had a bit of a difficult time, because I was so tired, and I don't sleep that well on the plane anyway, so I didn't get much sleep. I arrived in Hong Kong at 8:30 in the morning, and then we had to go through this testing procedure. After many long queues and signing documents and things like this, and passing through border control and customs, we we had to get onto a bus, and we were taken to this, I think it's the World Asia Expo Center, and it's basically this big, huge hall, or there's a series of huge halls, and it looks just like, when you go inside, it looks like an exam hall. I don't know if you've ever taken, obviously, most of you will have taken exams at school, and where I had exams at school, they had separate tables, small little tables with separate chairs, horrible, really hard plastic chairs, and it was like that. It was just like that, and we even had a piece of paper on the desk that we had to read to ourselves as if we were undergoing some kind of exam. And this was after we had the test. So we had the test where we had to spit into this bottle. Apparently, the best way to spit is to make a sort of sound, and that kind of gets the saliva from the deep throat. Yes, I do. I seem to remember them calling it the deep throat saliva specimen that they need to obtain from your throat, as supposedly that has your signs of whether or not you have the coronavirus or not. So I had to do that, spit into this bottle. After that, we went into the exam hall with all the plastic chairs and all the different little tables and things, and we had to sit in these hard plastic chairs. My arse was absolutely killing me for 8 hours. 8 hours. So by the end, I felt like I just lost all energy, and I did actually manage to sleep just with my head on my flight cushion, this thing on the table, sort of like that. But it was really uncomfortable, and I managed to get through it in the end, though. I met a few other travellers who were going through the same thing, so we're all on the same boat together. And then got a taxi to this hotel, and this is where I am. So that's how I got here. How does it feel being stuck in a room for 2 weeks? I actually enjoy it. Obviously, I didn't enjoy the testing at the hall, but I really enjoy being here on my own. Luckily, I mean, I'm an introvert. I'm a huge introvert, so I love spending time on my own. I can imagine if you're more extroverted and you really love getting out and seeing people all the time, it's probably really difficult for people who do that, who enjoy going out all the time. But for me, I actually enjoy spending time on my own. I enjoy reading. I enjoy writing. I enjoy watching YouTube. I enjoy listening to music. I even tidied my room and everything. And I've managed to sort out the food order delivery process. So I've managed to just get food delivered to my door every day. And I kind of what strikes me about it is that it's possible to live like this, you know? It's possible to live... It's possible to live on your own, in a room, without any contact with the outside world at all. Because especially in today's world of the internet, and I'll get to that because actually the Wi-Fi here is really bad in this room. I've had to go badger the reception for better Wi-Fi, and they still haven't managed to get me better Wi-Fi here, so they've offered to upgrade me to a better room with better Wi-Fi. But what I thought about that was, why would you offer customers rooms with really shit Wi-Fi? Why would you do that? What's the point? So it's a strange situation, isn't it? I'm sure you all know this because, you know, most people in the world are having to self-isolate. but mostly with their families, I guess. And you know, I'm on my own completely. This is the difference now, which is why it's quite good doing this vlog, where I can kind of express how I feel about the situation. And I will be back. This is only day 3. I have I've been quarantined for 14 days. I specifically allowed out of quarantine at 11:59 p.m. on the 14th of June. So until then, I will be doing my own thing, watching things, writing things, just working on random projects and things, and also this. I'll be doing this vlog. So thanks for listening. Please do share your thoughts with me in the comments, and I hope to see you soon. So goodbye for now.